Welcome to part two. I had a good night last night and plenty of sleep. I got to bed early and yeah, had a fairly reasonably comfortable night. It seems that it's quite common that when I come here on weekends, because a lot of the time I come during the week on weekdays, which is really good. Nice and quiet. There's nobody around. Not that there's anyone around this vicinity anyway, in the immediate vicinity. But certainly within earshot you do get people on weekends, and yesterday being Boxing Day, it was a busier weekend than normal. So a lot of four-wheel drive and motorbike sort of activity within earshot. But it seems evident that we have someone else who likes to regularly camp within the vicinity, and during the night until pretty much until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, likes to play doof doof music like they're having some sort of rave, and it echoes throughout the valley and the mountains and stuff. And I don't know if they're on their own or what they're doing, or but it's a little bit unfortunate that have that break in the serenity. But I still managed to get plenty of sleep despite that, so good luck to him. All right, so the tent stayed nice and dry. With that tarp on top, yeah, it would need tightening up and a little bit of adjustment to make it completely weatherproof. I'm still a bit 50-50 as to whether I'm going to leave it here today when I leave. I'm not sure, probably erring on the side of taking it, I don't know. So this morning I want to crack on. I'm just going to have me coffee, just having a quick bite to eat, not cooking anything this morning. Now I'll pack my tent up and everything to clear the space, and we'll start work. We did have another catastrophic failure yesterday with the sawhorse, so I think I don't know whether it's a design flaw or whether this is going to be some sort of ongoing saga of me breaking and fixing the sawhorse, but one of the legs had a bit of rot in it and it snapped, and I'm starting to think that the 1-inch holes for the legs are probably 1 inch is maybe a little bit too small. So, or it may just need a better design, I don't know. So I'm not going to worry about fixing it today. You can see it's down here on the ground. There it is down there on the ground, and this one had a bit of rot in the tip, it turned out, so that one snapped off. So that's a bit unfortunate. So, but I'm gonna push on today without it, and see how we go. So continuing on from yesterday, it's just about sourcing a couple of longer pieces to go down either side again, close to the ground. I think I found some wood that it's not a particularly nice type of wood that I like to use. I don't think it's a hardwood. It seems really soft, but it doesn't appear to be rotten at this stage. So, and after yesterday's explorations, it's about all I can find in this sort of area at the moment, so I'm going to have to make do with that. Pardon me. So anyway, first job of the day after I've got myself all packed up and ready is go down to where the wood is. I'll show you where that is. There's one bit cut to length already, or a little bit over length, and we'll see if we can drag that out or carry that out or something. It's a fairly hefty bit of wood, and then there's another bit right next to it that I can cut and bring up to do the other side. See how we go. Alright, now the tent's packed up, let's see if I can find that bit of wood that I cut yesterday that I haven't shown you yet, so you've got no idea what I'm on about. And I got a funny feeling it was directly down this way, through here somewhere. So yeah, it's always easier coming out than going finding the entry back in. I think this is the way I come out. Oh, while we're here, this reminds me, I have a question for viewers. Does anyone, just out of interest, it's not important, I don't know a lot about the history of logging and all that sort of stuff, but see this stuff here? Right, so that's where, as I understand it, you do a cutout, stick a board in to stand on, and there's another one up there. How do they don't still do that, surely? How long's it been since that was done? I mean, they kind of look like they've been cut out with a chainsaw, sort of. Anyway, I don't know, I just remember seeing stuff about that when I was a kid at school and doing history and all that sort of stuff, and I didn't realise that was still done. So, well, it's just been a while since that tree was cut down, but there's a few big stumps around here like that. Oh, where am I going? Yeah, I think this is the way. Down here. Oh, I've got to drag this thing up here. What else would you rather be doing on a Sunday morning? Yeah, it's down here. So this is more the sort of wood I would have liked, but it's rotten. That's completely rotten. I could probably snap that. There's another one down here. This is wood that I don't really like, but it's rotten as well. There's a few more over there, all rotten. So slim pickings. So this is what I've picked out. So I cut this one yesterday. Bit over length, and then you've got one underneath it. They both continue that way. So I don't know, it might be a bit hefty to carry, I think. Might just be easier to drag it out, I think. Alright, let's see if I can get a rope on it. You can see that, like it looks solid, but it is, like it's, if I get me knife, I don't know if you're in focus, like it is a solid wood, but it's a soft wood compared to, I don't know if it's biologically classed as a softwood or not. It's softer to work than the other stuff. Alright, let's see how we go dragging her out. You know what, I'm going to have a go at carrying it. I just think carrying it will be, there is no easy option. Hang on, let's see if I can carry it. One down, on the go. Alright, so this is the second one. I actually think it might be sort of almost a little bit bigger than the other one. I don't know, so I'm thinking I might cut it further down that way. Rather than up here. So I might have to clear some of this other stuff that's fallen around it. Let's see what we got. Making some creaky noises. Obviously it's got the weight of that bit on it, so I'm assuming that's going to bend this up and not bind my blade. No, it seems to be happening. Oh. I think it's going to split this bit of wood, but sounds bloody dangerous. Oh, that's not too bad. All right. So it cuts through like butter. It's neat. Yeah. We'll see how we go working it. Alright, now to carry the sucker out. Okay, so just dug that out a little bit, just give me some access. I think it's probably going to sit about that high off the ground, and I need to dig a drainage channel along here as well. Actually, I need to deal with drainage around the whole place really, but that'll come in time. So now I need to cut a piece to length, and then as with this stuff up here, check it out, drill my holes, do all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately doing it this time without the sawhorse, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm not going to waste time repairing it again. I will at some point, but I just want to crack on and get this done. Well, in the absence of the sawhorse, I brought it back and just got it on the ground. Hopefully I can rest the log in there. I just grabbed another log and just hacked out a bit with the axe. So if I sit it between those two, hopefully it'll stay relatively steady while I work it. Let's bring it in. bad looking wood on the inside, this stuff. Works pretty easy though. Nice and solid. I'm happy with this one for now. It's I managed to get 2 pins in here and one at either end. So it's really solid. You can stand on that, jump on that, no problems. As you saw before, that's held there under tension also, so that probably helps. And again, it's added just that little bit more rigidity to the structure. So I'm going to make a start on the next one. It's gone midday, so I don't know that I'll get it finished by the time I decide to leave, but we'll at least make a start on it, eh? Anyway, so the gap underneath is a bit bigger than what I would have liked, but you can see there. But by the time I level the floor inside, I'll probably end up, when I do the wattle and daub walls, I'll just pack some rocks under there and fill it full of clay. And the inside, I'm thinking what I wouldn't mind doing is actually putting a layer of a couple of inches thick of sand on the floor instead of having dirt. I think that'll be a bit nicer on bare feet. There's a bit of sand obviously down at the creeks and stuff that I could probably dig up. I don't know how many bagfuls it'll take me to cover the floor here. I think that might be a bit nicer than just the dirt. Alright, so I'm going to excavate around this pole here now, and actually I'm going to excavate around this pole here, make a bit of clearance, and then we'll cut the other one to size and make a start on working on that one. Well, there we go, that's another trip over and done with. I'm packed up just about and ready to go. As you can see, I did decide in the end to take the tarp down. I don't know, certainly as soon as I started trying to fold it up, I kind of regretted that decision. But I don't know, it's just that whole concept of leaving what technically is a very large piece of trash in the bush. So I'm certainly wasn't worried about anyone stealing it or wrecking it or anything. I mean, as far as I know, no one ever comes here. But yeah, I don't know, I decided to take it away. Look, I'm fairly pleased with the progress I made on this trip. Getting the roof rafters fixed down and also sourcing these other bits of wood, getting to take you on a bit of a tour. I don't know if this is going to be a 1-part or a 2-part. If it's a 2-part and you didn't see part 1, I take you for a bit of a tour in part 1. If it's just a 1-part, then you would have seen that part. Okay, and let's move on. If this does turn out to be a 2-part, well, if this is just a 1-part, I certainly appreciate you staying all the way to the end. If it turned out to be a 2-part episode, then I appreciate you coming back for episode 2. Alright, so we got the, as I said, we got the wood sourced either end. Once I started working this wood, I'm actually quite pleased with it. It's quite solid. That's a bit rough. So that's all checked out and ready to go back on. Or go on when I come back the next time. So I'd had enough of hand drilling for this trip, and time's getting on. So, but that's all ready to go now. So all I've got to do as soon as I come back is drill some holes and punch some dowels in there, and that's ready and done. And then I can move on to something else, which I think is most likely going to be, whilst we've got these lower rails on, I'll continue. I want a lower rail in each of the sections along here, and then another lower rail here and a lower rail here. I don't think I want one there because obviously the fireplace is going to go there, but I'm going to do them differently. I'm not going to do one whole length all the way along. I don't think. This is what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm just going to put individual pieces in between. And then also I'm thinking about putting window frames in, and on this side and also on this side, and just to let some light in. I think the tarp was a win though. It kept me dry last night. It was hot and sunny today, and it kept me in the shade. So yeah, that was a positive. So the tarp will be coming back. It'll work as a temporary roof until I figure out what the hell I'm going to put on there as a roof and waterproofing, and I still do not know. It's come down to, without actually exploring these options, it's going to be a combination of one or more of either bark just like gum tree bark that you see curled up on the ground, so that it'll take a ton of that to waterproof it. I have seen in the distance one cabbage tree palm, so there could be some palm leaves up there, or palm fronds. And the only other option I can think of, reluctantly, and something I have zero experience in, is shingles. Buying myself probably a fro, which is for making shingles, and then have a go at cutting some stumps and splitting those into shingles, but massive amount of work to do that. So the sun's now poking behind some rain clouds, so I really need to, oh, pardon me, make a move. Like I said, I'm packed up, ready to go. Thanks again for joining me. Another thing, something I really wanted to let you know too. I think this is around about maybe the 8th, 9th or 10th week in a row that I've been coming here at least once a week, and it's very likely that in the very near future, probably sooner rather than later, I'm going to need to take a break. There's a real potential, obviously, for burnout when you come and doing the same thing over and over again, and I don't want it to get to the point where it's a job or a chore, and it loses its enjoyment. I'm still, at the moment, when I'm not here, I'm thinking about being here, so everything's all right, but it will get to that point. And not only that, I'd like to go somewhere different. I'm sure you'd probably like to see somewhere different. And I've also got some personal stuff I want to take care of. Yeah, it's quite likely that maybe in the coming weeks, I might go 1 or 2 weeks without uploading a video, or doing things like I'm thinking of doing with this trip, do 2-part episode and split it over 2 weeks so I can have a week off or something like that. So yeah, I hope you don't mind. Anyway, there we go. So thanks again for coming. Just remember, if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, hit the bell for notification, share the hell out of this channel if you think it's worth sharing. Get on the socials and share it with your mates, or share it with any bushcrafting channels. I know I'm not a bushcrafting expert. I don't know, anyone you think might be interested, or groups on Facebook. Yeah, let's try and pump this channel up. I'd really like to see us hit 2,000 subscribers. We're not too far away. But I certainly appreciate you coming. I'll see you next time. Bye. Things have taken a little bit of an unexpected turn. I have no idea what's going to happen from beyond this point.